What's up, everybody? I am Miguelnuva, and I'm joined here today by a special guest, Manic DX from Team Noble Productions.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Manic DX here from Team Noble Productions. How's it going?
Alright, today we're going to do our first Dragon Ball Z discussion video. Today's video is a long topic. What if Goku married Bulma at the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai instead of Chi-Chi? Manic DX, do you want to start us off on how you think the Saiyan Saga would be different if Goku married Bulma?
Alright, well, let's start here. So, we say Goku decides to marry Bulma, his long life best friend, instead of the Princess Chi-Chi, from which whoever knows where she came from. I think how this would turn out, Goku would...
Talk louder.
I think Goku would marry... Once again, Goku would marry Bulma, and he would live a simple life in West City, in Capsule Corporation. While Bulma still does what she does with the making ships and getting rich like our family is, but Goku and her would be much more happier than Goku and Chi-Chi would be. When we get to the Saiyan Saga, I believe Gohan will play a major difference than how he does in the main timeline.
Oh, what kind of... Okay, well, I think this is how I believe the Saiyan Saga would go if Goku married Bulma. I believe, as you said, Goku would move to West City. He would still visit Grandpa Gohan's house from time to time. The main difference, I think, the first big change that would be important to the sagas, I believe Bulma would allow Goku to train Gohan while she taught Gohan his studies. So Goku, we basically...
Yes, I believe that as well.
Okay, we would get a Gohan who is just as smart as Canon Gohan, but since Goku's training him, Gohan I don't think he would surpass Goku and Piccolo just yet from Goku's training, but I think he would be about on par with Krillin in the Saiyan Saga.
He would definitely be stronger than Gohan, than the main Gohan in that time, as Chi-Chi wanted Gohan to focus more on studying and not train and fight like how his father wanted. But Bulma would play that difference and let Goku train Gohan, which would make Gohan a much stronger warrior than what he is now.
Okay, when Raditz shows up, I believe the difference here, Raditz still kidnaps Gohan, but when Goku and Piccolo join forces, I believe instead of just Goku and Piccolo versus Raditz, it might even turn into Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan versus Raditz, but... Since Gohan is still a little kid when he gets kidnapped, for argument's sake, let's say the Raditz battle still goes the same way. Gohan gets angry and attacks Raditz, Goku dies to the special beam cannon, Vegeta and Nappa come to Earth. Do you agree with that?
I would agree with that as well, I think it'll still play out the same way. Gohan may have gotten a little more offense than what he did before in the fight, but Gohan would definitely play a different role. But Goku would still die from sacrificing himself with the special beam cannon, holding Raditz into full Nelson, and we would continue on with Vegeta and Nappa coming to Earth.
Okay, I think the training between Gohan and Piccolo would be different. I believe Piccolo would not need to train Gohan for 6 months. He would not need to make him survive in the wild for 6 months. Since Goku has taught Gohan the basics, I believe Piccolo and Gohan would train from day one the entire year. This in turn would make both Gohan stronger, and it would make Piccolo stronger. I think Gohan's power level might even break 1,000 here instead of coming up at 981 like the official sources place it. But I think Piccolo will be a little stronger, but I don't think much would change there. Do you agree with that?
I also would agree with that. I think Bulma might be a little more pissed off of that Piccolo kidnapped her son and trained him, but it was for a good cause. But when we get to the battle with
I think Bulma might show up while Gohan and Piccolo are training and harass Piccolo.
I don't think Bulma would probably harass Piccolo.
He'd probably blow a capsule up.
But when we get to the battle with Vegeta and Nappa, I believe instead of Gohan being afraid like his main timeline counterpart, this Gohan would fight Nappa, possibly maybe help defeat Nappa alongside.
Oh no, they
Goku,
don't. They don't defeat Nappa. No.
Gohan
being trained by Goku doesn't make that much of a difference. I don't believe.
Just listen. I know he doesn't defeat Nappa, but I believe he would injured Nappa to a certain degree. He would do much more than what he did, even though the events would still play the same time, the same way how it would have.
Oh, okay. You know, my first diversion point, I forgot to mention this earlier. I think Chi-Chi would become a Z-Warrior, and I believe she would marry Krillin.
I would have to disagree on that.
I think that's the first change in this timeline. Chi-Chi would marry Krillin, and she'd be a Z-Warrior. And she would survive the battle alongside Krillin and Gohan. So when Goku arrives on the battlefield, I believe he arrives to see Z-Warrior Chi-Chi, Gohan, and Krillin survive. I believe Goku defeats Nappa the same way. He takes out the battle with Vegeta goes the same way, except Chi-Chi is there to help run interference. And Krillin or Chi-Chi are married.
I would have to disagree. I wouldn't think Chi-Chi and Krillin would be married.
Well,
if anything, it'd probably be Yamcha and Chi-Chi would be dating or something like that.
Yamcha's stupid.
Yamcha may be stupid, but he dated Bulma in the main timeline.
Yeah, but
we see how that.
Like I say, I think Krillin is.
I don't think Krillin.
Krillin is what Chi-Chi wants in a husband. Krillin is what Chi-Chi wants Goku to be.
I don't think that. She probably wants somebody like Tien Shinhan, but more than Krillin.
No, Launch is with Tien.
That's unconfirmed. That's
in the canon. That's in the manga and the anime.
You mean the anime?
That's what I said. It's in the manga and the anime.
I've watched.
Okay, in your timeline, Chi-Chi and Krillin don't get married. In my timeline, Chi-Chi and Krillin get married. Okay,
I don't think so because I think Krillin.
So the journey to Namek, this is going to be a minor change. Gohan does not get his hair cut. It's still long. I hated Gohan's cut hair in the Namek saga.
You know, I think Gohan would get his hair cut, but not to what the Namek Gohan looked like.
You know what? Actually,
something like what Gohan has his hair during the training with Cell.
You know what? Actually, since Bulma cut her hair and Trunks' hair similar to Namek Gohan's, maybe Gohan's hair does get cut like that.
Possibility, yes, that's a possibility. But I think the events of Namek would play the same, although we don't see any romantic relations between Vegeta and Bulma, even though Namek didn't really show it, but you kind of got a weird vibe from it. But
you're skipping ahead. Anyway, the early Namek saga would go the same.
I think Chi-Chi would be along with them in space.
Yes, Chi-Chi would go with them. Chi-Chi, Krillin, and Gohan all get their potential unlocked. Bulma does the same that she does in the canon timeline. Chi-Chi, Krillin, and Gohan fight Gildo. Vegeta kills Gildo, and everybody gets beat by the Ginyu Force. Goku arrives.
Dun, 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 dun.
Goku arrives on Namek. He beats the Ginyu Force. Pretty much everything goes the same from Namek to the Frieza saga, with Goku marrying Bulma, except Gohan is a little bit stronger. He's a little bit more confident. Now, after Goku beats Frieza on Namek and he spends a year in Yard Rat, I'm going to say Krillin and Chi-Chi have a daughter, have Marin.
Once again, I wouldn't believe that.
Yeah, but like I say, in my timeline, they're married. So let's give them Marin here in this timeline. Now, here is the first big change. This is where the timeline really changes here. Future Trunks arrives. Future Trunks is still in my timeline, but this time it's Goku and Bulma's son Trunks, Gohan's little brother Trunks.
Yeah, I think that could work. Yeah, Gohan would have his little brother Trunks. I mean, it'll show how those two had a better.
It would increase the bond they had just a little bit more because they already had a strong bond.
If you've seen the history of Trunks, you would see the bond Gohan and Trunks built together like as if they were brothers. And if this was to happen in this timeline where Goku marries Bulma, they would become they're going to be brothers, but I think their bond might be stronger, and them training together. Future Gohan and future Trunks would be slightly stronger than what they were in their main counterparts, but the future events would still take place the same way that it does in the main timeline.
Also, another small difference, I think in the manga, Trunks keeps his purple hair. In the anime, his hair is blue to match Bulma's.
No.
Yes, I hated how they changed Bulma's hair to blue in the anime, and they didn't change Trunks.
Trunks' hair see, the thing about that, Bulma should have had the purplish hair.
Yes, I agree with that.
But we wouldn't have to change Trunks' hair to blue because that would look stupid.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have looked stupid. It's only looked stupid because you're used to Trunks with purple hair. It's the same way you thought Bulma's hair looked stupid purple in the manga.
Well, if you are one who likes the manga more than the anime.
Well, I don't mind the manga. It's just I watched the anime first when I was growing up, so it looked weird.
Well, like I said, I wouldn't mind it because it'll still be Bulma, even though she has a different hair color. I mean, look what they did with Blue Popo, even in Dragon Ball Kai. Although Mr. Popo is blue, it's still that same character, but he's blue.
Well, Blue Popo sucks too. Unlike what Team 4 Star did to Blue Popo.
Well, besides that, we go on to the events of the Android Saga. Trunks gives Goku the warning he's gonna get sick, and he's gonna come down with the heart virus, and then Trunks goes back to the past.
Okay, I think the Android Saga happens the same for the most part. Trunks tries to stop Vegeta from fighting, but he's just not his father. That's the only difference. The Z Warriors still lose the Android. Cell gets free. Piccolo fuses with Kami. Vegeta takes Trunks in the time chamber with him in this timeline. I think Vegeta only took Trunks because Trunks is his son. Let's say in this timeline, Goku tells Vegeta that Vegeta can go first if he promises to train Trunks in this timeline. Or maybe Trunks goes in with Gohan and Goku. What do you think?
I think it'll probably be something as Vegeta and Trunks go train for some unknown reason.
So you think the deal Goku lets Vegeta go first as long as he takes Trunks?
Yeah, Goku would probably ask Vegeta, oh, hey, Vegeta, can you take my son Trunks to train with you? And you can go first, but you got to train Trunks with him. And Vegeta would probably go with this deal, but it's kind of a 50-50 thing.
Okay, yeah, well, let's just assume that Vegeta...
But let's assume, hypothetically, Vegeta takes Trunks into the time chamber to train with him.
Well, I'm going to assume, like I say, this is my timeline, what I think would change. Vegeta takes Trunks as long as Goku promises to let Vegeta go in first. That's the trade-off, that's the deal. So, the Cell Saga happens the same way, except Trunks, once they get finished training, Trunks is not afraid to show Super Saiyan Grade 3 to Vegeta because Vegeta isn't his father. So we get, Trunks actually interferes in Vegeta and Perfect Cell's fight. So we actually get Vegeta versus Trunks versus Cell at the same time, three-way battle. Vegeta is the one that insults Trunks and tells him about the weaknesses to Grade 3 before Perfect Cell beats both of them. Perfect Cell tells Vegeta and Trunks about the Cell games instead of Vegeta getting KO'd in this timeline.
Right, I would have to agree with that as well.
Okay, Goku and Gohan come out the Room of Spirit in Time. Goku tells Trunks the correct way to power up as a Super Saiyan, and Vegeta figures it out on his own. So I think the big change in this timeline is, even though they're not as strong as Goku, Vegeta and Trunks both master Super Saiyan in the second trip of the Time Chamber, and Trunks might even surpass Vegeta.
Oh, right. I could agree with that. Gohan definitely would be way much stronger than what he is. He would surpass Goku.
Well, no, I think Gohan is still as strong as he was in the Cell games. Just that, okay, when we get to the Cell games, when Goku loses, Gohan isn't shocked to learn that. Like, he's still shocked to learn he's stronger than his dad, but I think instead of crying and warning Cell, Gohan actually tries to fight Cell as a mastered Super Saiyan in this new timeline.
Yes, but Cell still wants Gohan to get pushed, wants to push Gohan, but I think what would change to make Gohan snap to become a Super Saiyan 2 would be
Trunks' death instead of 16's
Trunks
death.
Gets killed.
Instead
of Android 16.
You know when Super Perfect Cell comes back and he kills Trunks? Let's move that event to, instead of 16 dying, it's Trunks dying, and it's regular Perfect Cell that does it.
And Gohan, knowing that that's his younger brother from the future, causes Gohan to just lose it and transform into a Super Saiyan 2.
Okay, another event that I think is going to be cool, that even though it kind of damages Vegeta's character, Vegeta does not, since he doesn't have a Trunks as a son, he stays the same way in the Cell Saga that instead of like trying to lighten up and live on Earth, he stays the same way in the Cell Saga. This makes him turn into Majin Vegeta make a little bit more sense, I think, later on.
Well, I think the Majin Vegeta turn kind of made a little sense because...
Oh, it made a lot of sense. I'm just saying the fact that Vegeta isn't like... He doesn't like lighten up with a family. Speaking of Vegeta, this is okay. Gohan beats Cell the same way.
Right.
Trunks goes back to the future. They revive Trunks with the Dragon Ball. This is what I think happened to Vegeta. Since Krillin is married to Chi-Chi in this time, I think Vegeta marries 18 and has a son.
You think Vegeta would marry Android 18?
Yes.
I mean, it's a possibility.
It was either move Vegeta with Chi-Chi or Vegeta with 18, and I think Krillin and 18 and Vegeta and 18 make a little more sense than Vegeta and Chi-Chi.
I think the Vegeta and Chi-Chi could work since their attitudes are somewhat alike.
Kinda, but
I think probably the first year in their marriage, Vegeta would probably kill Chi-Chi.
I don't think he'd kill Chi-Chi. I think Vegeta and 18 works. I think their marriage would work like they train together and then they don't say anything and then they do what married couples do. But anyway, so I also think Goten is stillborn in this time. So now we have Trunks and Goten are at Bulma's. Vegeta has a son with 18. Let's call him Vegeta Jr. just because.
We can just call him Little Vegeta. There we go.
We'll just call him Little Vegeta for now.
Yes.
Oh, or maybe we could call him Vegeta with a B.
Vegeta, ha.
Ha. Anyway, okay, so
the events after Cell happens, but what was it, 5 or was it 7 years?
It's 7 years, but see, now
7 years past.
Here's where I think a big change. I don't think the Buu saga happens.
Why do you think that?
Okay, Chi-Chi was happy that Gohan decided to study. Chi-Chi's the one that made Gohan want to be a scholar. I think Bulma would actually inspire Gohan to replace Goku as protector of Earth and would cause Gohan to want to train more. We know Bulma has a gravity chamber at her house too, so I think Gohan uses the gravity chamber. I think he trains more. So when we get to 7 years in the future, Gohan is twice as strong as he was in the Cell games, just like Goku. Remember, there was a small scene in the anime, in the Funimation dub. I don't know if it's in the manga, but Goku tells Gohan, I bet you're twice as strong as you were against Cell. So I think Gohan is that twice as strong as he was against Cell, like Goku imagined. So he's stronger than Buu Saga Goku. He's stronger than Majin Vegeta. And I think Gohan wipes Deborah out, either with Super Saiyan or with Super Saiyan 2, depending on where you want to put Deborah's strength. I think Gohan used Super Saiyan 1 against Deborah. But as we said, Deborah didn't really damage Gohan. He was just embarrassing him technique-wise. So with Gohan training, Gohan being stronger, I think they beat Deborah and Buu isn't released.
Yeah, I would have to go with that. That Gohan being twice as strong. I also would have to say, this is just one of my personal things, that I think Gohan's appearance in the Buu Saga would look more towards his future counterpart in the future Trunks timeline, due to the fact where Gohan would want to wear an outfit to honor his father.
I don't know if he would look like his future self or wear Goku's outfit, but do you remember there was that concept art that Toriyama had where it looks like Gohan's in future Trunks' jacket? Yeah. And he keeps his Cell games hair?
Yeah.
I think Gohan might look like that as a teenager. And and another change, because Gohan is Bulma's son, he would know how to act more around money. So the Videl and Gohan relationship would be like, Gohan might have a more normal relationship instead of Gohan being shy.
Or Gohan.
And Videl might even like him a little more initially. You know how she hated Gohan at first and then she came to love him?
Well, that was because Gohan played off like, I didn't see the Gold Fighter who stopped the bank robbery. And
I also don't think we'd get Great Saiyan Man.
I
think Gohan would stay the Gold Fighter. If he wanted to be a super, I think he stays Gold Fighter. I don't think he would be Great Saiyan Man, but that's another discussion for another day. All right, so let's say somehow Gohan lets Deborah escape.
Let's say, hypothetically speaking, Gohan gets cocky like how he does in the main timeline against Cell. And
let's say Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2. He starts embarrassing Deborah the same way he does Cell. Deborah gets away. Vegeta turns Majin Vegeta. Buu gets released.
Vegeta could also make a wisecrack on, you made the same mistake that you did still 7 years ago when you let your idiot father Kakarot sacrifice himself, which could bring some doubt to Gohan.
That's a good point, but I think what we get Fat Buu versus this new, stronger Gohan, and we get Fat Buu versus Majin Vegeta at the same time. Fat Buu still beats Gohan, and Majin Vegeta still sacrifices himself. Now, here's the thing with the fusion. I think Vegeta and 18's son would be stronger than the new Goten and Trunks. For the simple reason, I think Goku would teach Goten and Trunks fusion still, because Goten and Trunks are Goku's sons, where Vegeta's son with 18 would be Vegeta's son. And let's just throw Vegeta a bone and say that Vegeta's son's power is closer to, I guess we could put it around where canon Teen Gohan's power was, but let's say that the fusion would be easier to fuse Goten and Trunks because it's Goku and Bulma's two sons. Vegeta's son with 18. I guess Vegeta... Okay, here I go. Vegeta's son is cocky like him, so instead of wanting to be in the fusion, he wants to do it on his own, train, and avenge Vegeta on his own. So Goku teaches Goten and Trunks the fusion. Vegeta's son goes into the time chamber, let's say that, because he wants to avenge Vegeta on his own.
But how would he know about the time chamber?
Well, Piccolo and Goku could offer it to him. I mean, they still want the kid to live. Just that he doesn't want to fuse. He wants to avenge Vegeta on his own.
Yeah, but why not include him into the fusion? What if Goten, for example, is too weak to be in the fusion, which would cost Trunks and Vegeta's kid to be the ones to do the fusion?
Well, I see no reason we wouldn't still get Gotenks personally. So, like I said, let's assume Vegeta's son wants to avenge Vegeta on his own without fusion, with his own power. Goku teaches his two sons, Goten and Trunks, the fusion. Goku uses Super Saiyan 3. Those events happen the same way. When Super Buu is formed, here's what I think happens. Goten and Trunks fight in the time chamber.
Right.
No, while Goten and Trunks are training in the time chamber, remember they train for like an hour. Let's say Vegeta's son has completed his training. He's unlocked Super Saiyan 2. He fights Super Buu on his own. And he's able to hold Super Buu off long enough for Goten and Trunks to invite Super Buu into the time chamber where Gotenks fights.
So you're saying Vegeta's son as a Super Saiyan 2 would be strong enough to fight Super Buu, where Super Buu has to fight Gotenks. So he's on the same, Super Saiyan 2, Vegeta's son, is on the same level as Gotenks.
Well, no, we know he's a hybrid, and saying hybrids are stronger. I'm saying that he's strong enough that he can hold the initial Super Buu.
I wouldn't say that he would.
You remember Super Buu power? You remember Super Buu powers up when he fights Gotenks?
Yes, but I wouldn't.
Because Piccolo thought that Gotenks after training could beat Super Buu, and then Super Buu does a silent power up that puts him at Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks level.
Yeah, but I wouldn't give Vegeta's son Super Saiyan 2.
Well, I didn't want to give him Super Saiyan 3. Let's give him Super... I don't see anything wrong with giving him Super Saiyan 2.
Let's say he gets Super Saiyan 2, right? Yeah. And he powers up, and Buu powers up, and he beats... We could say, like, Buu would just tell him, like, oh, I'm not even using my full power, and he beats Vegeta's son. And Vegeta's son feels like, oh, I dishonored my family and the Saiyan race, since I'm the new Prince of all Saiyans, whoop-de-whoop.
Yeah,
and
so
he
anyway.
Super Buu goes into the time chamber and fights Gotenks.
Buu comes
still happen the same way.
Yeah, now here
Gotenks is cocky
when Buu escapes the time chamber, like here's another difference. Vegeta's son is healed by Dende. Let's say he's healed by Dende because the Senzu beans are gone. He actually saves the cast from being eaten by Super Buu by fighting Super Buu. That's going to be his big moment in the series. He saves the cast from being eaten by Super Buu. Gotenks comes out at Super Saiyan 3. He dicks around and they lose. Gohan comes back the same way. Now, I think DBZ...
My problem with that would be, because since the main cast gets eaten by Super Buu, it doesn't build the motivation for Gotenks to try harder to kill Super Buu, as he noticed that his mother died. Like, when we go back to the main series, remember when Gotenks heard about Bulma getting eaten?
Well, Gotenks dicked around.
Gotenks off, and he wanted to kill Buu, even though he was still dicking around.
Well, Gotenks dicks around anyway. I mean, the cast not getting eaten doesn't really change Gotenks' fight. Anyway, now, I think Dragon Ball Z could end here because, remember, this is Gohan who is trained. This is Gohan who's trying to replace his father as the hero of Earth. Mystic Gohan in this timeline destroys Super Buu. Is where I also think this timeline could end here. The Buu saga could end either at Gohan defeating Deborah earlier or Mystic Gohan winning now.
Ultimate Gohan, yes, he could defeat Super Buu. I would have to agree.
Okay, but let's assume the Super Buu
now
fight...
let's go hypothetically that Super Buu absorbs Gotenks, but Gohan is still beating him. So he absorbed Vegeta's son.
No, I don't think that's what happened. I think Gohan, because Mystic Gohan, Ultimate Gohan, Mystic Gohan, whatever you want to call him, he didn't really act like the Teen Gohan we had seen earlier in the Buu saga. So let's say he lets Super Buu escape that way. Super Buu takes Piccolo, Gotenks, and Vegeta's son at the same time. He becomes Buu Tanks. That doesn't change anything, just that he now has Vegeta's son. Goku and Vegeta come back to Earth. Gohan is absorbed. Now Goku's argument with Vegeta that Buu has taken our sons, he's killed our family, could all make sense. Let's say Buu Tanks kills Bulma, Chi-Chi, 18, Krillin, everybody to try to get Gohan to be mad. Let's say that's when Buu kills the family. He kills them after he absorbs Gotenks, Vegeta's son, and Piccolo to try to make Gohan mad. That's when he kills everybody.
Right,
Then Gohan is absorbed. Goku makes the same speech to Vegeta later to get Vegito. And Vegito beats up Gohan before he's absorbed.
Now, one idea I would have possibly that either this might differ from the main. This will differ from the main timeline, but at the same time, maybe it should keep it the same way. Goku and Vegeta, as Vegito, possibly don't let their fusion or a shield around them inside of Buu.
No, I think they still split. But see, here's a difference that I like. But there's a theory to explain why people think Kid Buu is stronger than Super Buu. Let's say, because Potara was never meant to be split. Let's say when Potara splits, Vegito's power goes to Goku and into Vegeta. So, the reason I like this theory, even though I don't subscribe to it, is because Super Saiyan 3 Goku... Well, no, here's why I would use this theory in my timeline.
Okay.
I made Vegeta's son at least as strong as Gohan was when he was completing the Z-Sword. And that Gohan was a monster compared to Majin Vegeta. Because, remember, Supreme Kai thinks Gohan can beat Fat Buu. Goku says, I'm not really sure. That means Gohan is getting close to Super Saiyan 3 level in his Super Saiyan 2 state.
Okay.
So, let's make Vegeta's son about as strong as that after he gets out of the time chamber. He might even be stronger because, remember, Goten and Trunks were close to Teen Gohan, and I put Vegeta's son at around the canon Teen Gohan from the Buu Saga. So then he spends a year in the time chamber. So let's argue and say his Super Saiyan 2 level is about as strong as Super Saiyan Gotenks before the time chamber or somewhere around that. Now, if you give Vegito's power to Vegeta, that keeps Vegeta and Goku stronger than the boys.
Right.
And later, it makes Battle of Gods and all that make sense because it puts Goku, let's say Goku is around Mystic Gohan's level.
Right.
And let's say Vegeta is around, it also makes the anime filler make more sense, but...
Which anime filler are you referring to?
Well, when Vegeta fights Gotenks and Piccolo, and then Goku fights Mystic Gohan, and then they both fight Super Buu, and they only use Super Saiyan 1.
Yeah, because I had forgot that.
Yeah, but because
that took place.
Yeah, my timeline isn't just on the manga; it's on the manga and anime. Like I say, it's just a generic DVC. So let's say they use Vegito's power. They're not as strong as Vegito, of course, but Kid Buu is stronger than Super Buu, but not strong enough to where the point Goku can still destroy Kid Buu on his own. So then the Spirit Bomb happens, and everything happens the same way in Dragon Ball Z. Now, this timeline, Super is gonna have. I'm not gonna discuss Super because we haven't started Super.
Let's just leave Dragon Ball Super out.
No, the only thing I'm gonna change is
Fukatsu no F.
Well, no, I'm not going to do Fukatsu no F because I haven't seen it. The only difference in Battle of Gods, we don't need Pan for the Super Saiyan God ritual. So we can either move Battle of Gods to when Pan is born, we can move it further away from when Pan is born, or we can have Videl already pregnant during Battle of Gods, because with Goten, Trunks, Vegeta's son, Gohan, Vegeta, and Goku, we've got enough for Super Saiyan Gods. Or they can increase the number of Saiyans needed for the Super Saiyan God ritual.
Right. I would have to say that, and I think we might have a slight extended battle between Gohan and Lord Beerus, but it will still result in the same way where Lord Beerus just destroys Gohan. Well, not kills him, but like beats him easy.
I don't think it changes anything other than there's an extra Vegeta's son
there's an extra Saiyan. Even
Vegeta's son gets flicked by
And there's also no Saiyan Man, so that stunt with Pilaf and the Great Saiyan Man, that never happened.
Oh, another thing about that could happen. Let's say Mai is pretending to be Vegeta's son's girlfriend, because I think Marin in this timeline would date Trunks in this timeline, because Krillin's daughter and Trunks would be around the same age in this timeline.
Why would she pretend to be Vegeta's son's boyfriend?
Well, Mai would. I'm just either
Mai.
Well, because she's afraid of Goten, and it would be funny because Vegeta's son doesn't have to be as cold as Vegeta, because he's still a kid, at this point, so he would hang out with Trunks and Goten still.
Right.
Yeah.
I would have to agree. I would have to. I guess I can go with that, but I just don't see. I just don't see Mai and Vegeta's son together.
Well, my God was Vegeta's son in canon, though.
Pretending?
Yeah, she pretended to be Trunks' girlfriend in canon. Trunks is Vegeta's son in canon. Mai is attracted to Vegeta's son.
I guess she likes to see. She likes Vegeta's bloodline, I suppose.
Yeah. So, also in the time chamber, let's say Vegeta's son spends 2 years in there, 2 days in there, because that gives him more time to get stronger than Goku and Vegeta, and it would make him older than Trunks when he comes out.
Yeah, that would be true. He would be older than Trunks.
And I know we can't put Vegeta with 18 before the Android Saga, but for some reason, I want to put Vegeta's son, then Trunks, and then Goten in age bracket wise. So the time chamber would be just a cheap plot way I could do this.
Like we were talking, one plot way that could possibly happen if Vegeta decides to marry Chi-Chi.
Yeah, you could change it that way too.
And then Krillin marries 18, so it'll be somewhat the same canon, but Vegeta,
my timeline could be either Krillin.
It could go either way with Krillin.
I don't have a problem with Vegeta and Chi-Chi or Vegeta and 18. I was just trying to do something different from the timeline, but the result is Vegeta's son would be Vegeta would still have his son. Okay, so then the end of Z, we would have, I think Bra is Goku's daughter, Goku and Bulma's final child. I believe Vegeta and 18 or Vegeta and Chi-Chi, whichever we're going with. I'm still saying Vegeta and 18. She has a daughter, too. And then Pan is stillborn. Do you agree with that?
I would have to agree with that. I think that would possibly happen, and Goku goes off to train with Oob, and that'll be the end of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that's the end of Dragon Ball Z. So we can do GT, how we think GT would change in another video.
We can do that in another video. So
yeah, let's do GT in another video.
Yeah, let's do that, and then I guess we can call this one a wrap.
Yeah, so we can call this one a wrap. Okay, once again, I'm Miguelnuva. I was joined here by Manic DX from Team Noble Productions, and do you want to close the video, Manic DX?
Yeah, we'll close the video here, and if you guys like this video, please rate, like, comment, and subscribe to my brother's channel, and if you guys want to see some Let's Plays, go over to Team Noble Productions and subscribe there, and we'll give you all some comedy.
Alright, everybody have a nice day. Thank you. I'm Miguelnuva, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Have an enjoyable day.